Alright, my dudes, I gotta make this quick just because I started this way too late and I'm gonna upload real soon. I don't know if I'll make it in time. I gotta respond to a bunch of comments, but I'll quickly address the update. Okay, one, I am going camping on Saturday. I'll be gone for, originally I thought I was gonna be gone for 3 days, but it might be longer because I have other stuff to do. I mean, I took this vacation off from the point of assuming that I was gonna do the Matrix, but then my family's making me do other stuff. So because of that, I'm probably gonna have to push off the Matrix till the end of the month, and I'll replace it with something else. So unfortunately, the Matrix is gonna be delayed, but I mean that's okay. Bad news, good news. Matrix is gonna be delayed till the end of the month. I mean that's not that big of a deal. Good news, I'm only using my vacation, which is I think I have like 10 days, but really camping's like 3 days, and I have to do other stuff for another 2-3 days. Look, my only goal for this vacation, I mean what kind of vacation is this? I'm doing something I hate on my vacation, is to do all the astrology charts. There's like goddamn like 14 of these. All right, I just want this out of the way. This is the goddamn albatross on my neck. All right, it's my kryptonite. It is literally causing me like depression. That's how much I hate astrology charts. Like it's been sitting on the front of my desktop just staring at me, and I just need this done and out of the way. That way I can go back to my normal schedule and do normal things, like going back to reviewing books and movies more. Okay, so because of that, let's see, I gotta go camping, so that's the weekend. Look, I'm gonna be out of state, so I'm actually gonna be gone for a while. I don't know when I'm coming back, because I'm heading up to the mountains. I'm gonna go see the stars and some fireflies, whatever. Okay, so bad news, I'm gonna reschedule the Matrix till the end of the month. So instead of the 18th, it'll be, yeah, it should be, what was it, last Saturday? Is it the 1st? I'm trying to think. 1, 2. God damn it. 23. Damn it, why is it so close to October? I would ever do the last Saturday of September. That'll be the Matrix. Worst case, I just push off one more weekend. The problem with the Matrix is there's a lot of research involved. So camping, astrology charts, and then, dude, actually, I don't know if I can even make it. Okay, look, worst case, it'll be pushed until like October 2nd. But I'm trying to shoot up. Look, I can't delay the Matrix past the 1st or 2nd week of October because I have to do preparation for Wizard of Oz. Okay, so bad news, Matrix gets delayed by a week or 2. Good news, everybody who asked me for their astrology chart, whatever. I mean, I've done it. I have the template. I mean, I've shown how it's done. It's not that hard. I just personally do not like doing it, and I really do not know if I'm gonna request more charts in the future. Worst case, I just refuse to do it because it's not. I mean, I really do not like astrology. It pains me to look at astrology charts. Okay. Let's see. So the substitute video, yeah. Okay, instead of the Matrix for that Saturday, which is the 18th, I'm going to put a substitute video. There is a book that I'm very interested in. It is called The Secret Destiny of America by Manly P. Hall. I mean, I really do feel like there's something in that book, which is the reason why on Audible it gets such a low score rating. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. Audible. I should have brought this up before. Okay, let's see, substitute video. Yeah, dude, I'll probably just do a book review. I don't know. Let's see, did I buy it recently? Hold on. Where's my library? Yeah, I bought it recently. Okay, yeah. The Secret Destiny of America. Dude, it's only got like 2 stars. Yeah, dude, it's got like 2.5 stars. Like, someone does not want other people to read this book. And maybe it'll give us answers about the future, what's happening. Worst case scenario, I just talk about stuff that's happening right now and what is probably going to happen. But really, I can't do the Brave New World presentation until I go through more books. That's more of an October thing. But I will do this is a book club. I haven't reviewed a book in like months. I got to do one book or else I'm just skirting my duty. So I'm probably going to talk about The Secret Destiny of America if you guys want to get it on Audible. So that'll be for Saturday, and let's see. Alright, dude, I gotta plot through these comments. So this is from the previous video. It's one of the unlisted videos that I do. I usually, look, I try very hard not to do unlisted videos anymore because I feel like I'm leaving the lurkers out. I mean, that unlisted video is literally about why the system uses the Book of Revelations as a playbook. It's very obvious to me. I laid it out in very good detail. Stuff about consensus gentium, game of dharma, general rules, but whatever, dude. I mean, there are things I cannot say on this platform. Be aware. I mean, it's YouTube. I mean, there's a multitude of problems. Okay, I'm gonna go start playing this real quick. Okay.
Dark glasses, Woody.
Hold on, why is it starting at the end? Dude. Okay, this might be a while.
Waze got triggered when you said you couldn't speak about these things rolling on the floor, laugh.
Okay, hold on.
Always got triggered when you said you couldn't speak about these things rolling on the floor, laughing. Finally, I get to hear it.
Yeah, most people have never heard me speak in an unlisted video. I mean, you have to be aware. I mean, my channel, before I deleted most of my videos, I had like 200 videos. And you have to be aware, like 100 of the videos that didn't count towards the score were unlisted videos and private videos for people. I say a lot more in my unlisted videos, so.
Always got triggered when you said you couldn't speak about these things rolling on the floor, laughing. Finally, I get to hear it.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you for doing this, KK, and thank you, VT, for letting him send it to us, folded hands.
Okay, that's the end of that comment. I'm just trying to blast through because this could be a while. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. I was in hotel.
Okay, this is someone else.
I was in hotel this week and Charmed was on regular TV, along with other shows about witches and magic.
Yep, I watched Charmed. I've also watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've watched Angel. I mean, if you want to see the not milk in its full representation, you should watch the final season of Angel, where they talk about the Order of the Rosy Thorn. I mean, there's a lot to Angel, and I mean, the director Joss Whedon, I mean, he went to do Marvel anyways. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer if you're into the occult or magic. I mean, Charmed is also a good source. So.
I was in hotel this week and Charmed was on regular TV, along with other shows about witches and magic, whose names I don't know. Then a manly P. Hall video showed up in my YouTube feed about differences between white, grey, and black magic.
I've already talked about this. I mean, I've already talked about white, gray, and black magic. You know, it's not something I'm going to teach just because of the stigma towards it. But I mean, you got to be aware. I mean, wasn't David? I mean, when you have the United States saying that certain magicians are a national treasure, and that the people at the very top are all wizards and witches. I mean, don't forget what's going on. I mean, in every secret society, I mean, it's all wizards. Like I tell people I'm a wizard just because I meet the basic requirements, even though I'm in it for myself and my quote-unquote soul group and whatever. I mean, to me, this is just more of a jokey term, but some people take it very seriously. Like, you're talking about like the #1 group that employs the best magicians and wizards in the world. You know, that's like every intelligence agency. I mean, magic is much more real than you think. But the problem is it's stigmatization, mostly because of religion. But if you really think about it, like prayer, that's a form of magic. Imbuing, enchantment, that's a form of magic. If you don't know what that is, that's like a lucky shirt. Things which cause a placebo effect upon the mind. I mean, the first tool that a wizard is supposed to master is the mastery of the wand. And the wand is not a physical tool. The wand is the mind. That's why we read books. I mean, that's why I recommend the book Why Buddhism is True. I mean, Manly P. Hall talks about how the Easterners are very good at mastering this, specifically in white magic. White magic is for altruism, the general good, you know, not evil. Gray is gray to me is fine. Gray is you do things that will benefit you and benefit others. If you do black, that's just taking advantage of people and imposing your will against other people. That's be like, you know, normal, like NLP, brainwashing stuff. I mean, look, all this stuff is real. It's just that what you think of magic and how they portray it on TV as the stuff that is instant or goofy. I mean, why do you think they portray magicians everywhere? I mean, have people not watch like The Prestige? I mean, magic is something that you simply just don't understand at the moment. Just like how to say that there's going to be a time where technology, there's no differentiation between technology and magic. You pull out your iPhone, you show that to like someone from the 18th century, they're going to think you're a light wizard, all right? I mean, come on. I mean, if you're talking about just manipulation of quote unquote the reality generation machine, like law of attraction stuff, I mean, that's magic. If you want to talk about purification of the spirit, like this idea of finding the real you, that's a form of magic. Magic is really a catch-all term for basically upper level spiritual things that can have pervasive effects upon the material world if one chooses to use it in that way. Like I always tell people, I mean, magic in itself is not evil. It's like a knife. A knife can be used to, cut some carrots for a soup, or carve, a wood statue or whatever, or it can be used to, use in a crime to steal money from your neighbor, or worst case, just Minecraft someone else. But the tool itself is neutral. It's useful. Everyone has access to it, but the problem is that whether or not your tool, your magical tool, is sharpened or it's a dull blade, most people, they don't even know that they have it in their pocket, or they're told never to touch it or whatever, but instead hand it over to the guy who's going to be in charge of safekeeping it. That's why I don't, this is actually a great trick, really. Look, it's like all the people who believe in the 2A, the second A, okay? Like, the bang bang device to protect your family, all right? Why aren't you using, protection magic to protect your family from the dark wizards, all right? Like, I've said it before. I mean, if look, the reason why they want to make magic look goofy or demonize it for the sheep is because they do not like competition. They want to disarm you. They want to disarm. It's like look. I mean, this is a Gaudian allegory. If we're talking about the material world, they want to disarm anybody with a bang bang device. If we're talking about the spiritual world, they want to disarm anyone who has even an inkling idea of even thinking about actualizing the spirit or quote unquote using magic. I mean, magic to me is actually very benign, but a lot of times you just see people, oh my god, they're using it for ritual, summoning demons or whatever, or reading the tarot is evil, or astrology is of the devil. Reading astrology can be considered a form of divination magic. It's like reading a goddamn clock. It's called reading the sky clock. I can't even blame. I can't blame the bad guys, really. I mean, people disarm themselves willingly. People are willing to take the magical elixir. I mean, this is an exchange of, freedom for safety, all right? And then the problem is that the people that you expect to keep you safe are the foxes and you're the hens. I mean, is it not obvious what is going on? I mean, this has been happening since the beginning of time. This is why the big boys on top always win. And if they find someone at the bottom or anyone who has any skill or ability, they try to move them up into their ranks. I mean, it's really obvious. I mean, this whole thing is structured in a 1984 way where there's Winstons and then there's O'Briens, but the O'Brien who's there to torture and snitch on people used to be a Winston himself until he sold out to the dark side. And most of the quote-unquote white wizards, I mean, they're gone. They've been systematic since World War I, II, and the Communist Revolution. I mean, they're gone. A lot of the old spirituality's gone. Gray wizards, I mean, if there's any left, but most of them just do hokey shit or stuff that doesn't matter or anything. And then you have the people who think they're doing magic. Look at me, I'm doing my angelic Enochian magic. Look, I mean, even though Enochian magic is real, because John Dee contacted some alien light being thing that basically just told him shit that he was out of his league. I mean, people do dumb stuff anyways, or like this whole Wicca stuff and this nature worship stuff. I mean, that is lower level stuff. Like, I remember one time someone's trying to help Matt, and then they're talking about runes and crystals. You goddamn idiots. That's merely a placebo for your mind to focus on something so it can have an attachment, because what really causes this whole thing to work in the first place is your mind, your intention, which is why the law of attraction always works, because you're using your quote-unquote soul. I mean, this is high-level magic. You're quote-unquote using your soul with the will of intent, imposition of will to manifest your own reality. It starts with a thought, morphs into perception, changes into the universe causing a feedback loop, and then it becomes reality. I mean, this is how you manifest reality, through visualization of thought. I mean, even Manly P. Hall in that video talked about it, where they say that you pick a charm, you make a mantra or a chant, I mean, and then you have correct action with it. I mean, this is the rule of three. This has always been the rule of the equilateral triangle. Correct, I mean, this is even in Buddhism, like why Buddhism is true. Correct thought, correct speech, correct action. That is the transcendental aspect, feminine aspect, and masculine aspect of the divine. But if you want to flip that triangle downwards, then you can do it for black magic, which is selfish. This is like dark psychology, manipulating people, using pickup artist game to make that lady that you think is pretty be manipulated into your game and your set. I mean, look, I mean, this can be done in 1,000 ways. Like, I'm aware of it. I mean, there's ways of using it in cadence of speech, ways in using it in, projections of the body language, which is 80 to 90% of your real, how you convey yourself. There's ways of projection of your aura and the feeling that you give off, like waves. Like, he's giving me good or bad vibes. There's ways to do that. I mean, this has to do with NPC signaling. There's ways in using it in colors. There's ways of using it in symbolism, which is very powerful. There's ways of doing it in a very specific way. I mean, Edward Bernays, I mean, he perfected, black magic. I mean, what am I supposed to say? I mean, if you read Carl Jung, I mean, he's more of a white wizard. But, I mean, these topics, they're just too touchy. They would require me to go an extensive overview, and really, I mean, it just gets me in trouble, so why would I even talk about it? And really, I mean, I offered to teach it a long time ago, but Tien said, no, you're trying to trick me with the whole superpowers, and the desire of power is evil. Ooh. I mean, I wouldn't care either way, but, really, I mean, this is too much of a touchy subject. I mean, I could go on and on and on about come on, I mean, Lavette, she's very aware of symbol magic and ceremonial magic, which she will never touch, all right, because she is very aware of, it's the alchemist rule, the law of equivalent exchange, action, reaction, causality. There's very specific things that you have to do in certain ways, but, it's such a quote-unquote science, and people at the top take it very seriously. Like, to them, this is serious business. Like, astrology is merely the time to do it. But you're talking about the actual doing. I mean, that's another story.
Whole video showed up in my YouTube feed about differences between white, grey, and black magic. I realized my whole life.
Yeah, white magic is dependent upon the integrity of the virtuous of will. That's why if you notice, I act in very strange ways. I'm very OCD or artistic about my quote-unquote rules, and there's rules which must be followed. It's because if you cross a certain line, then there's no going back once you hit past the gray. So, I'm not, I'm not a black and white person, but I realize that the darkness, well, what you call darkness is more selfishness. It's really selfishness versus altruism, but there's a balance in between. I mean, you should be aware. I mean, this goes also back to the yin yang.
I realized my whole life I was told about magic. Bewitched and I Dream of Genie were played as reruns all day long.
Yep, I watched that.
This is true for Generation X's.
Mm-hmm.
Was this a truth drop, telling us to look into magicK as protection from whatever the system is doing?
Yes. I mean, you should be actively immunizing and protecting yourself. I mean, look, let's get serious. At the start of my channel, what did I tell you to do? I told you to read the book, Psychology of the Unconsciousness. This is to prepare your mind to immunize itself against symbols. I mean, there's a ton of things you can do. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I mean, I just got agent smithed. I mean, agent smithing happens all the time. I'm probably gonna have to make a video specifically on agent smithing and how to counter agent smiths and like reverse agent smithing. I mean, look, it's very suspicious. I mean, look, this is the first time I've ever talked about magicK, like ever. I barely mentioned it once when Tian asked me to teach magicK and superpowers. Okay. So the moment I start talking about an overview of this stuff, I mean, if it's really important to people, I could talk about it. But I personally don't care. But look, I mean, this stuff happens, all right? Like, we really do live in some sort of matrix. Really, if you view it as the matrix, it's a lot easier to understand. Then you won't get so upset by this idea of agent smithing. And a lot of people have trouble with NPC signaling. Like, if this happened to any other person, I mean, like, the old me, if I wasn't aware of NPC signaling or how to deal with agent smiths, I would just get fucking angry, right? Because it is annoying. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is annoying. Like, it's like 2:22 a.m. I'm not gonna make the show deadline because I got interrupted. I mean, now I have to talk even quieter. I mean, look, dude. I mean, whatever, dude. I mean, this is part of the game, right? Like, I'm serious. Like, this is part of the game. I mean, the whole point of an agent smith is to regulate your behavior in accordance to what the matrix expects. I mean, it happens in synchronicity moments, or when you're about to do something for the betterment of yourself or the people around you, or you're doing something important. All of a sudden, a monkey wrench, an agent smith shows up, right? And this agent smith, whatever, dude. I mean, it's I gotta finish this up, or else I'm not gonna make the schedule. I really, there's a lot more to magicK. MagicK to me, it's not difficult if you understand basic core fundamentals. I mean, even in the secret societies, their original tenet back from the ancient times. They had to teach their stuff in secret because they were scared of the matrix. They were scared of the agent smiths. They were scared of the gods watching and intervening in the spiritual realm by affecting those around you in the physical realm, or messing or doing some random stuff, right? Or a random coinciding event, or something literally distracts you and kills your time when you're supposed to be doing something very important. This is like Fringe. Like, if you watch the first season of Fringe, where he messes up his eureka moment with the September, that's like agent smithing. This happens all the time to me. It really happens when you are truly aware of the game of Dharma, where you're seeing this whole place for what it is. Like, literally the living blind idiot god matrix that it is. People talk about the matrix, but the matrix to me is child's play compared to what is going on in the real world, or this illusion world that we exist in. That's why I made the theory idea of the game of Dharma, because the matrix does not even come anywhere close to what I think the game of Dharma is. But I don't want to overcomplicate it, so I just talk about basic, simple ideas. So that's just another gripe. So okay, that's mostly to address, because a lot of people get very upset with the whole agent smithing thing. Did I engage? No. I just played dumb. I'm just watching YouTube videos of YouTubers talking about how the woke agenda and people promoting the magical elixir on Twitter is making everyone angry. Oh my God! Look, man. I'm very good at playing dumb. Very good at, just letting it go. Suffering is caused by attachment, right? Like, I hold a lot of pride or attachment in keeping to a schedule, or trying to help people, or doing stuff that I'm going to say I'm going to do, which is why when I got Agent Smith in that moment, I know I'm not going to make the schedule. I'm going to look stupid for putting a video telling people to show up at 3 a.m. for the sausage party. right? That's bad on me. It's going to be an ego hit. The Matrix wants me to react, all right? Classic agent smithing. I mean, agent smithing, I could present a whole goddamn theory on it. I mean, it's so easy. I mean, once you truly see what it's designed to do, it is designed to piss you off, to trigger you, right? So that you eventually throw your hands up in the air. I mean, I made so many videos where I've gotten agent smithed. I mean, you know, I'm making this video at I started at like 150, and it's gonna get dragged on just because of that one interruption. It's gonna keep happening. So if it keeps happening, why am I gonna get pissed off about it? I mean, this is just the nature of the game. So.
Was this a truth drop, telling us to look into magic as protection from whatever the system is doing?
Yeah, there's 1,000 ways to immunize yourself. I mean, yeah, I've already talked about this. Like psychology of the unconsciousness, so the whole symbolism stuff doesn't really affect you. You know, I mean, there's other ways. I mean, if someone curses you, I mean, I say just fling the curse right back at them. Like if someone like curses me, or does the evil eye to me, I just say, you have no rightful claim, and then reflect. And then they don't know what to do, because then it reflects back onto themselves. I mean, there's other little things. If someone says a curse to you, I mean, you can literally put your fingers in the air and go say, no, 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 not listening, no, 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 not listening. And then if you can't hear it, and they can hear it, then the curse gets reflected. I mean, there's 1,000 little things you can do, all right? And a lot of it is just placebo, right? It's like when you die. I mean, what you think you're gonna get is what you probably will get in the post-death scenario, as long as you deserve it. So, I mean, a lot of this is more of a mental game anyways, which is why all the wizards, all the great wizards, including the Chaos Wizards, like the book Liber Null, I still gotta read that, literally tells you that the first thing a wizard must do is master the mind. Like the word mastermind. A mastermind is always associated with intelligence. He's like a wizard archetype, which we are all aware of, the word mastermind. So why is it always demonized? I mean, that should be the first red flag. Like, to be the master of your own mind is very important. I mean, that's like the number one thing you should be working towards. I mean, even the Egyptians talk about it in the book, The Egyptian Metaphysics of the Dead. Alright, gotta go be right back. Alright, my dudes, we're back from the agent smithing again. I mean, are you... Dude, I gotta calm down. Jesus Christ. Like, this motherfucker. Like, I know that this agent smithing is designed to piss me off. Like you have no idea. Like, I should learn my lesson. I should have just stopped talking about magic. If I've noticed that talking about this subject to its fullest extent, I mean weird stuff happens. That's why I try not to talk about it. Look, long story short, I mean, are you really gonna sit there and make a sandwich and like bother me for 30 minutes, even though you bothered me for 20 minutes the first time, and the first thing out of your mouth is you telling me that, oh, did you know that President Bagel is gonna mandate the thingy, and then if your business has over 100 workers, then you're probably gonna have to take it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like that, like normally it would just piss me off, like really, really piss me off. I mean, I'm more annoyed that I'm trying to finish this video, not about the whole magical elixir thing. Really, I mean, look, I've already said it before. Like, remember I said it's over? I mean, I was already aware. I said, look, they're going to get ready to roll September 5th and forward. There's a time period up until, is it December 9th? Yeah, this period, it's the fall. So the fall is always when they do stuff, because that's the natural fall of the cycle of the seasons. So like if you're gonna make a business or intellectual property, you would start on the spring equinox. That's when you build a company or found a company. And if you want to crush people, you do it during the fall. This has to do with the natural sky clock. But yeah, dude, I'm just gonna have to move on from this topic of talking about magic. I'm probably gonna get an Agent Smith again. A lot of people, I mean, they talk about getting Agent Smith. It's very benign, but for me, it is constant. It's ridiculous. Okay. All right, I just gotta move on.
Was this a truth drop, telling us to look into magic as protection from whatever the system is doing?
Yeah, that's true, but you need the basics first. You should know how to NPC signal. You should understand how to handle Agent Smiths. I always suggest you play dumb, alright? Like, it's gonna pass. A lot of it is, how you react to it. You should not, react to it in certain ways. I mean, it's always gonna bother you, but really, there's only so much you can do. It's more of an annoyance. Like, look what just happened to me like twice. Okay, this is ridiculous. Or like in the entire time that I've lived here, or I have never had someone bother me for an hour or at like 2 a.m. God damn it! Like never. This has never happened. All right? Are you serious? Whatever, dude.
Was this a truth drop, telling us to look into magic as protection from whatever the system is doing?
Yeah, the system, I mean, it uses Agent Smith for a variety of reasons. It's really to get you fascinated or invested in the screen, again, once you've checked out. For example, I mean, if you look at the Agent Smith thing that just happened to me, what was the first one about? It was me talking about magic, protecting yourself and arming yourself against the powers that be, or the ethereal beings that sit outside of the Matrix that's watching you, that's assigning Agent Smith, so you want to go down that far. For talking about that, I got Agent Smith. What was the second one? I continued talking about it and methods of immunizing yourself against agent smithing, or the psychological attacks, or the use of inversion of symbolism to protect yourself via Psychology of the Unconscious by Carl Jung. And what happened? I got punished twice to put me in my place, alright? And it was done in a way to get me angry about something that's happening in the real world, which I have no control over. That's the magical elixir. Whether they force it or not, I mean, I have no control over it. I mean, I'm very stoic. I already know that I should have no attachment to things I can't control and focus on what I can control. I'm more angry that I'm not going to finish the video on time. I mean, before it was cutting it close. Now I'm definitely not going to finish on time. I mean, this is a great example of a distraction. I mean, they can only fascinate you and distract you. You have to damage yourself or react in a certain way where you are the bad guy, right? Like, I'm too smart for that, but it is very annoying.
Was this a truth drop, telling us to look into magic as protection from whatever the system is doing? Was it to take away from knowledge of how powerful magic really can be?
Yes. Magic, I mean, there's even feng shui magic, which is the rearranging of your room in a certain way. I mean, there's like 1,000 little things you can do to make your existence in the game of Dharma easier. Like, I mean, look, I mean, people gotta really tell me if they're really interested in this. I mean, I would have to add it to what I could discuss in the future. I mean, right now my only priority is the game of Dharma stuff, law of attraction, and basic breakdowns of movies, books, and TV show, cartoons, video games, whatever. My channel is going to be very benign going forward after the reboot. I mean, it causes too much trouble, and I can't talk about political events or modern stuff and current events because it can get me banned. That's why I don't talk about it.
Was it to take away from knowledge of how powerful magic really can be?
Yep.
Maybe both.
Yes. Look, I mean, okay, a great example is look at all the people on the top, right? They all have bodyguards with bang bang devices, right? So why do they want to take your bang bang device away, right? All the people on top, they have magicians working for them, or they're magicians themselves. So why do they want you to never look into magic? When everyone on top, I'm talking about the top people. Why are they all interested in magic? And why is it that you as the pleb, you as the peasant, can never look into or even consider or contemplate magic ever? All right, I mean, that should tell you. There's no point in discussing it because I can't win with this topic. Because people are gonna say, "Oh, magic is of the devil. It is of Satan." Like, dude, whatever, man. To me, the elites have done such an effective job of creating sheep, powerless, useless, like sheep. It's over. I don't see a path to victory for the truthers, which is why I've separated from them. Like,
maybe both.
Okay.
If you can make short video for anyone interested, if you can't answer on tonight's sausage party, that would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, yeah, I'll make a compromise. If I talk about magic, it'll be unlisted so that I don't bitch and complain about it. Like, okay, there's more important things to talk about though. Like law of attraction, agent smithing. Magic is a bit out there.
I haven't.
And I have to do research. I'd have to read like magical books. I haven't read a magical book in like a long time. So, like, the only one I bought recently was the Liber Null, which is the masterwork magnum opus of that Chaos Wizard guy. So,
I haven't watched regular TV in a long time, and was surprised that these witch and magic shows were playing all day long.
Yeah, that's called a synchronicity.
End of comment.
Okay, so that takes care of that comment. Look, I do apologize for the way I'm acting, but, agent smithing is a very annoying thing. Okay, let's see, I'm sure a lot of people understand, so...
Is there a way we can use law?
Dude, I'm getting so annoyed. Like, why
is there a way we can use law of attraction to soften some of what is happening?
Yes, you create the reality around you. Look, you should need to focus on stoic ideas. If you turn off the screen, turn off the television, then it's going to be a lot less abrasive against your psyche. So that's what I would recommend. I always recommend playing dumb, avoiding the topic, avoiding the situation, avoiding confrontation as best as possible.
Is there a way we can use law of attraction to soften some of what is happening?
Yeah, in my life personally, it doesn't affect me at all. All right, I'm in my life, I'm very benign. I'm a very goofy guy. I make jokes at work. Everyone's just lolling around. We just talk about anime and video games. I hang out with mostly millennials and Gen Z kids, so we're not constantly simmered in the fear sauce and the news of the magical elixir and the pestilence. That's why they put on 24/7, all right? It's literally like the T word, the big T word after Blind 11 again, all right? They use the same playbook. To me, this is obvious. Recent events with the recent mandate, that's designed to trigger a lot of people. So, but it's going to work though. It's definitely going to work. I look at timetables. I look at, this stuff is predictable though, at this point, because we're in a very specific juncture. If you watch Levette's latest videos, this is predictable. I've said after September 5th, for a variety of reasons. It's mostly because something goes out of retrograde. So, this is more astrology. So I've already talked about this, but to me, this is predictable. If you can read the sky clock. Okay.
Is there a way we can use law of attraction to soften some of what is happening?
Yeah, dude, just don't care. If you have a non-attached attitude, that is you attracting yourself to non-attachment anyways. I've talked about this ad nauseum. This stuff is more affecting things on the material world. So why is it that the truthers and everybody else always says that this affects you on a spiritual level? To me, it doesn't matter really in the grand scheme of things, but it is affecting my personal time clock to finish what I'm supposed to do for my soul's journey here. I have to do two things, which is your midheaven and IC on your star chart. So mine is talk about the esoteric arts and, simplified for people so they understand it. And the other thing is to make a personal work of beauty for myself. This game of Dharma is very simple. Is it not surprising that people are getting so fascinated by what's happening around them? Just like what happened on Blind 11 20 years ago. Same goddamn thing. I was very interested to see how everyone would react to this, right? And now I know, all right? Everybody loses. I'm shocked by how effective this is, how the agent smithing system works, of how the resetting of the system every 20 years. I mean, that's why Matrix 4 is coming out soon anyways. I mean, you know, I'm so frustrated by the absolute nearly complete victory that the not milk is going to have. Like, it is insane. Like, like if I knew this was going to happen, I wouldn't have bothered staying out this long. But really, I'm just chilling out at this point. I got stuff to do, so.
I know you mentioned law of attraction and how you might do a video about it.
Yeah, I'll do a series.
I would like to help without attracting all the Agent Smiths.
You're going to attract Agent Smiths regardless. Like, even I still attract them. I'm just better at handling them. The ones closest to you are the best Agent Smiths. Like, I'm serious. Like, you know, they have that saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Keep your friends close and your Agent Smiths even closer. I mean, isn't that a troop drop? Like, you think it's about war and power? It's about Agent Smiths.
It is such a struggle to NPC signal because I feel so called to help those who want help and the children who have no choice.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the chillins, but they get to make their own choice later after they hit the age of majority. Usually when they have their epiphany moment, after they have the mental age of majority, which is 28, and then they have their spiritual majority at 30 to 33, then it's really up to them. I mean, your natural spirit, soul, whatever will kick in anyways. It's an automatic function. But let's get real here. Most people sell out, and then they have a second win, second chance where they're about to lose at around 45 to 54, and then that's their last chance. After that, it's game over. You know, this goes with the age progression of the game of Dharma. If you seriously look at what I'm presenting and telling you, all this stuff is predictable. So if it's predictable, then you're not going to be surprised for it, surprised by what's happening around you. So why would you feel, you know, attachment to what is obvious? Like I always say, I see this stuff happening a mile away. It's because it's true. I mean, like, I made this channel like a year and a half ago, pretty much expecting this, but I didn't think that the bad guys would have such a complete victory. But hey, it's whatever. I mean, shit happens. I mean, you know, it is kind of funny, to be honest. Like,
it is such a struggle to NPC signal because I feel so called to help those who want help and the children who have no choice.
You always have a choice, but I mean, then there's the conflict confusion of coercion, which is what this whole system is. I mean, look, they try to bait you. I mean, look, this system is excellent at baiting you. At trying to trick you, trying to use pure pressure, which is sort of consensus gentium anyways, to get you to do stuff. But they're dangerously crossing the line by forcing you. I mean, come on, it's goddamn ridiculous. I mean, you're gonna give exemptions to the police, but no one else. I mean, shows you the type of system we live in, and I want nothing to do with this Matrix or this version of the game of Dharma. All right, I want nothing. Right? I mean, if it keeps going the way it's going, then, you know, after I wrap up my channel, I mean, I'm going to still be here for a while. So when I say I'm going to wrap up my channel, think of like a year, like 6 months to a year. I'm going to focus 100% of my entire soul, spirit, will, whatever, to finish what I have to do for myself, which is very simple. All right. Just make a work of beauty that I appreciate and give it to the world. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. All right. But I want nothing to do with what is going on. The Agent Smiths, the idiots who literally just do as the I just do what the TV tells me, sir. Like, my God, dude, it is beyond over. Okay, like I see a goddamn wasteland, right? And the people who are supposed to fight and be the resistance, I mean, they're useless. Like, the truthers, they got neutered right away. The people that are supposed to represent them, oh my God, like, everyone has sold out, or they are ineffective, or they are not willing to do what it takes. And what it takes really is just to learn magic, right? Like I said this before, you know, if the truthers were serious, they would just learn magic and tell everybody around them to learn magic, and then use, you know, a counter spell. I mean, like, I mean, this is goddamn. You're fighting a goddamn wizarding war, all right? And there's dark wizards versus muggles. Alright, the muggles can use magic, which is the truthers or the sheep, but they're not going to do it. I mean, talk about, this is a one-sided fist fight. Alright, like, but whatever, dude. Look, I'm not joining. I'm not participating. I'm just gonna walk out of this goddamn clown show. This is ridiculous.
Is there a way we can use law of attraction to soften some of what is happening?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned law of attraction and how you might do a video about it.
Dude, I'm getting so annoyed by this program.
I would like to help without attracting all the Agent Smiths. It is such a struggle to NPC signal because I feel so called to help those who want help and the children who have no choice. Maybe using law of attraction correctly will fill that role. End of comment.
Yeah, I can, but first you need to learn how to NPC signal, and you don't just do that, like, oh goddamn, hold on, not again. Alright, I think I'm safe. Alright, I gotta try to hurry this up.
At Violet Turtle, thank you Violet for allowing me to view this video. It is much appreciated. I am one of the few that are having an issue integrating back into the system once I've pulled myself out.
Yeah, it's not that
My
hard.
family is my biggest hurdle and I feel baited all the time, especially now.
That's not true. Your family's not the biggest hurdle. You are the biggest hurdle. This is why I always say the enemy is you. Look, I always say look in the mirror, have accountability. I know that it's part of your personality because you have a lot of Scorpio aspects, so it's hard for you to bullshit your way out of things. You have to be very blunt and very honest. Okay, imagine you're like in college, right? The professor's an ultra left libtard, right? And you want to write a paper going against his views. He's going to give you an F. But you know, in order to pass the class, you just need to bullshit your way through. You don't believe in anything you're writing or saying. You're just there to appease him so you can move on, right? This is also like in American Gods. Do not piss off the airline people, right? Their job is to extract loot from you by getting you pissed off. You hold too much attachment with this idea of agent smithing. I know it's very annoying, especially in the beginning when you're not used to NPC signaling, but when you keep doing it, you'll get used to it. But I did notice that you're doing things which I would not do personally. So, yeah. Okay, let's see.
My family is my biggest hurdle and I feel baited all the time, especially now.
Dude, that's the point.
It is this a whole new level of creep because of my lack of NPC signaling, but to be fair to myself...
You have a whole new level of creep because now you are aware of the idea of agent smithing. So, and you know that you should be NPC signaling, but you're not very good at it. So, I might have to redo the NPC signaling video, maybe in the future.
It is this a whole new level of creep because of my lack of NPC signaling, but to be fair to myself, even when I do put on my little song and dance to keep them at bay, it still feels as though it backfires and I still get smithed.
Yeah, look, you're always going to get smithed, but you just need to move it along. But I wouldn't even view it as a song or dance. I would just view it as something you do reflexively. You'll get used to it. So.
It is this a whole new level of creep because of my lack of NPC signaling, but to be fair to myself, even when I do put on my little song and dance to keep them at bay, it still feels as though it backfires and I still get smithed.
Yeah, but that's because you're a noob.
There is this constant extraction feeling regardless because this place is what it is. It is
Yeah, but the Matrix put a direct agent smith right next to you to extract your loot. You're going to feel this negative... it's like, when someone walks into the room and they drain all the energy from it, they're like a psychic vampire. That's what agent smiths are, psychic vampires, and they're selling, your loot off somewhere else. And they're not aware of what they're doing. That's the best part about agent smithing.
It is unfortunate and I try to stay laughing at it, but I would be lying if I said it still didn't annoy me.
Yeah, dude, it still annoys me. Like, you saw how annoyed I got today. It's very annoying. It's never gonna stop. I want people to know this. This agent smithing, as soon as you are aware of the game of Dharma, as soon as you are awake in the Matrix, they will never stop. right? I mean, there's a lot to the Matrix. No one has ever faced an Agent Smith and lives. I mean, that's also a truth drop. I mean, that's why they always ran away from the Agent Smiths until the one appears. That's going a bit far. It's more the Matrix, but the Matrix, there's a lot to this idea.
My go-to lately is avoid at all costs, but I am pretty much trapped since I moved.
Yeah, dude, it's like the Matrix, right? Avoid at all costs. No one has ever stood their ground and fought an Agent Smith and lived. Alright, that's a truth drop. Okay.
My go-to lately is avoid at all costs, but I am pretty much trapped since I moved back with my parents a couple of years ago now. Example, yesterday trying to be a normie by sitting outside in the backyard to get in a little fresh air with a normie book so I could read something out in the open, without it being an issue becomes an issue.
Yeah, but you violated the first rule of agents. I mean, well, I haven't made a video about agent smithing, but the first rule of agent smithing and how to deal with them is the rule of that you must never violate. And this rule is called the rule of you think you're smarter than me. This is like idiocracy, right? Like, I mean, come on, man. From the point of the Agent Smith, I mean, you think you were better than that Agent Smith? You think you can go outside with fresh air, without no face diaper, trying to read a book, because you think you're smarter than me? You think you're better than me? That's what the Agent Smith thinks. I mean, you're asking. I mean, you're basically putting a giant. I mean, this is what toxic people do. Like, when I was little, I could never draw or read in public because then my mother, who's my Agent Smith, would come out and just yell at me and laugh at me and rip my stuff up or call me stupid or saying I'm not good at stuff. I mean, this is classic Agent Smith. This is the bucket of crabs thing. People drag people down so that they can never escape the bucket. So what did it look like from the Agent Smith's point of view? It looked like you were trying to escape the bucket. You were trying to go outside, have some fresh air, when everyone should be isolating. You think you're gonna go outside and get some fresh air and read a book? Get out of here.
My mom is what I call the broken bot.
Yeah, go Smith.
She would be the one to fear if I held those feelings. She is a total NPC, and it starts as always, I feel her coming, then I can see her coming straight for me for no reason. She then stops midway and I can feel her eyes on me watching.
Yeah.
I ignore and stay focused on...
Yeah, dude, look, when you get used to Agent Smiths, I mean, it feels like a goddamn demon is coming after you. I mean, that's what it feels like. I mean, I can feel it. I can hear it, and I can just sense that it's coming, right? Which is why I know when to pause my videos. I mean, look, it's weird. I mean, you're gonna get used to it.
I ignore and stay focused on my book, and then she gets closer and starts talking out loud.
Yeah, you're dumb. I mean, this is why audiobooks are the best, right? There's a stigma with reading books, right? It pisses off a lot of people because it makes them feel dumb and it makes it look like you're trying to better your life. So why are you reading a book? That's why I use Audible, right? Then people might think I'm just listening to music or watching YouTube on my phone when I'm listening to a book, okay?
I ignore and stay focused on my book, and then she gets closer and starts talking out loud.
Yeah.
Random shit this lady says, and I keep ignoring, staying focused on my book, because if the person doesn't directly say my name, then I keep my eyes off and ignore. But as always, she stays close, almost circling, and even though no response is made by me, she keeps talking out loud.
Yeah, but I mean, well, it's my fault. I need to make an Agent Smith video. I mean, really, you should address the Agent Smith and dismiss it. Act like you're busy. Do you need something? Can I help you? What do you want? I'm kind of busy. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, honestly, you should just go in your room and do stuff privately so that you can't be Agent Smith, to be honest.
Then I wait for that moment where I can slide away and leave without it being too obvious that I left because I felt invaded. But in the past I would have been very open because I have an issue of being very blunt. I would have said something like, listen lady, I'm not sure what you are saying right now, but I am just sitting here trying to relax and read my book, okay?
Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't mean for it to come off as mean, but sure enough it would. So yeah, it's noted with Mickey. This gets to me, so I get targeted in these scenarios as I see it now.
But yeah, I mean, but the Agent Smith got what it wanted. It violated your space, it pissed you off, and now you don't want to do anything. Like, you know, normally if this happened to me, I wouldn't want to continue making a video, but I have to finish. A lot of this is more about personal willpower, and you have to persevere past the agent smithing. What the agent smithing is designed to do is kick you off the course right away in the beginning to deviate you off. Like, imagine you're on a boat, right, and you have to sail direct, right, going all the way straight. What the agent smith wants to do is knock the boat and push you, like, let's say, like 30 degrees to the left, and you have to recorrect your course, you know, back to what you were before mentally and what you were doing action-wise, and go to the path that is, you know, straight. All right. But for most people, what happens when they get agent smith? They just stop doing whatever they were doing. All right. Like, even for me, I mean, like when I was talking about magicK, I had to course correct and then had to re-talk about it and sum it up. I mean, if it was any other time, I would just stop talking about it and say I got to move on. But I mean, this is natural. There's like a whole goddamn science to this agent smithing thing. Like, you just need to look at it from the point of view, like if Mickey Mouse was sending in goons to mess with you. All right. You know, don't give it what it wants. So.
Though Pink, are we still not in some way still giving them a piece of our loosh, so to speak, with making them feel as though they won and are on top by playing the fool, but in turn make...
Okay, look, in terms of you giving over your loosh, the only way you can give your loosh is if they were successful in stopping you from doing what you were doing. All right, you were reading a book, you were trying to relax and read a book. Did you put your book down and just go back to your room and just put the book down and never read it again? Then the agent smith got your loosh. Did the agent smith go away and just continue reading your book and finish what you were doing for that day? Then the agent smith didn't get any loosh. You're putting too much attachment to the feeling of violation or this creepy vibe instead of focusing on what the prize is. The prize was you reading the book. Did you put the book down, or did you just move on and continue on your day and read the book? All right. Did I get pissed off, stop the video, cut it short, and just say, yeah, dude, I'm getting agent smith. I mean, I'll make another video later. All right, bye, guys. No, I didn't do that. I persevered. I'm going to finish this goddamn video no matter how long it takes. All right. This idea of loosh extraction is really about your goal first. Everything else is a distraction. Your feelings towards it, it's the best way that they can get at you emotionally, so you don't finish out what you have to do, which is to divine masculine action. So they go for the feminine, you know, intent or emotional thought. I mean, emotional speech, to get at you, to course correct, to mess with you. Right? This is why they always go after the feminine first. Because, I mean, the masculine action has to follow, and then if you do it, then you've won the game. Right? This is very simple. So I'm not sure why you don't understand this. It's probably because I didn't explain it.
Though Pink, are we still not in some way still giving them a piece of our loosh, so to speak, with making them feel as though they won and are on top by playing the fool, but in turn making them the fool? It is something
I mean, you could also see it that way. Look, imagine, okay, I mean, this is like pay to play. All right, this is also a simple analogy. Okay, you're trying to read a book. All right, if you read the book, you'll get 10 loosh tokens for yourself. This is about making your own loosh and eating it, or banking up your good karma, or whatever. Okay, so an agent smith comes along and it messes you up. It takes away 3 loosh tokens. All right. Okay, so now you are in 2 situations. All right, you can put the book down and be down -3 loosh tokens, be pissed off and never finish the book, so you're in a net negative. Or you can finish the book, you get 10 loosh tokens, but your mom pissed you off and that threw you off your course game, so now you get 7 loosh tokens. Which one is the net benefit? Which one is better for you? -3 loosh tokens or 7 loosh tokens? The answer is obvious. 7 loosh tokens. Like, I would recommend you stop getting so attached to this idea. I mean, a lot of this is nebulous, but really think about what is important for your own, you know, spiritual journey. Like, you know, it could be benign, could be reading a book, could be making a YouTube video, could be, you know, painting a picture or something. It'd be like watercolors. I mean, it's very benign. So
it is something I have been coming back to contemplate about. I re-listened to my private videos the other day, and the part where you said it was okay for me to look at him as pathetic and that I should be the big jester and rile up the kids and have my siblings go insane.
Yeah, that's funny. But, you know, I probably shouldn't have said that. I mean, I would say, these days, I would say look at them with pity. But you can always run jester game. I mean, they hate it when you laugh at them. I mean, that is the greatest trigger for an Agent Smith. And, you know, even though I said that for the kids, I don't really think it's necessary to change my mind because, you know, kids should act like kids. They're going to be crushed down by society later, so they might as well express themselves freely early on. And then maybe that expression can come out later in life, right? But it's up to you, though. I mean, you don't have to interfere at all just because you don't have any, you know, direct obligation or necessary duty to children that aren't yours. I mean, you are obligated as a guardian to a younger being, whatever your child, up until the age of majority. But if it's not your child, you're not obligated to do anything. Like me personally, I wouldn't do anything, period, because I always mind my own business usually. But it's up to you. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter either way.
I re-listened to my private videos the other day, and the part where you said it was okay for me to look at him as pathetic and that I should be the big jester and rile up the kids and have my siblings go insane.
Yeah, there's one thing I want to address, though, this idea that they are pathetic. I mean, look, you know, there's no way to get around it. I mean, like, people get Agent Smith. I mean, what do you notice about them? They're NPCs, and they're like, I mean, they are pathetic, but to say that is quite negative. But I mean, what can you really do, right? I mean, they are there to antagonize you in the first place. I mean, it's whatever.
Though Pink, are we still not in some way still giving them a piece of our louche, so to speak, with making them feel it?
Dude, this text-to-speech just pissed me off. Okay, let's keep going.
Why private videos the other day, and the part where you said it was okay for me to look at him as pathetic.
Hold on.
And get me wrong, this is something I've sort of done in the past, but as I see it now, it feels a bit malicious to do for the child's sake.
Yeah, then just don't do it. I mean, this is more touch and go. Like, personally, it doesn't matter either way to me. So if you feel like it's malicious, then don't do it. But you also should not be attaching, you know, such black and white, good and evil terms to this. I mean, this is more nuanced. People can make their own choices in life. If the little kids want to act like little kids, let them act like little kids.
And get me wrong, this is something I've sort of done in the past, but as I see it now, it feels a bit malicious to do for the child's sake. That it will only lead to them suffering more on my behalf because their parent will lash out at them. I know I'm viewing in a perspective of a right or wrong, which I shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Plus, if you look, I mean, look, when you parent kids, you pamper them too much, they're not going to make it, right? You know, suffering breeds greatness, right? That is a general rule for the human conditioning, right? The harder you live, the more suffering you go through, the better person you're going to come out at the end of the day. Like, if you look at people who grew up terrible, like hardship, they always come out strong people. Like, they were turned from carbon to diamond. But you look at people who were pampered, like, since they were a kid, they went from carbon to brittle coal. They can't do anything. They're just yes men. They're very childish, benign. They have no spine, no backbone. I mean, it's better to deal with it when you're a kid, when nothing bad can really happen, versus when it happens when you're an adult and then there's real consequences. But in my personal opinion, I would just stay out of it. So, I mean, you are right in that fact, but it depends. I mean, a lot of people have a strong kinship attachment, but for me, it doesn't matter either way.
I know I'm viewing in a perspective of a right or wrong, which I shouldn't. I also know this is me trying to complicate things because I do love my roadblocks.
Yeah, you're just making a mountain out of an anthill. I mean, to me, this is very benign.
I also know this is me trying to complicate things because I do love my roadblocks.
Yep.
My boredom and having fun by throwing nails around to see which I can hit. Skeptical smiley face.
Yeah, dude, it's funny though. Like I always say, but it's funny. You ever watched that South Park episode with Wilziax, the whale? Okay. Alright, so that takes care of that one. I'm trying to move along. I mean, look, this video is taking way longer than it should, but I do apologize for this.
Dark glasses, Woody.
Alright, dude, this is the complicated question. Hold on.
2 days.
I might have to think for this one.
2 days ago, edited. This concept of consensus gentium has had me in a spin. In particular, the
Yeah, dude, you should always be aware of consensus gentium. It's literally the idea of the collective unconsciousness, or what you call the collective subconsciousness, and how it moves in a group aggregate form. There's this idea of perception is reality. The perception of the herd lemmings in a democracy is reality. All right, which is why it's dangerous. Which is why the Greeks hated democracy. All right, because they realize, I mean, they must have had an inkling of this idea of consensus gentium, which comes from a Roman Latin term or whatever. Because people, even in the old days, they understood this. They understood this idea of the herd mind, this download. I mean, people in the 1800s, I mean, there's a book by Gustav called The Crowd. It specifically talks about the herd mind of the, the collective subconscious within a group. And Edward Bernays perfected it later through the use of manipulation of symbolism. I mean, it's a real thing. So, I mean, there's a lot of evidence to back it up, and Philip K. Dick mentions it. And that's even before I knew Philip K. Dick even said it. And I did not come up with consensus gentium, right? The universe just gave it to me, right? Do you think I know, like, Latin like that? No. I literally said, well, what's about this whole download thing? And then it came to me, consensus gentium. It's like something just whispered to me psychically. If you believe in these things, but I try not to talk about weird stuff like that. Ugh, goddamn.
This concept of consensus gentium has had me in a spin. In particular, the relationship to the law of attraction. On the one hand, it would be easy to assume that fixating upon one thing that later happens, or begins to happen with greater regularity.
That's called confirmation bias, and it is useful. The way you perceive reality is based on patterns. The way that this matrix works is a matrix. It's based on order. Like the architect talks about order and perfection. A system. Mr. World talks about an integrated system based on algorithms, based on your wants and desires and input and output, which is causality. I mean, everything lines up. You just need to be aware of these concepts in the first place. So, I would recommend you watch scenes with Mr. World when he meets Wednesday, and the architect scene with Neo again, if you want to get a refresher.
On the one hand, it would be easy to assume that fixating upon one thing that later happens, or begins to happen with greater regularity, is to have caused the thing to happen. This would be the solipsistic, or perhaps delusional interpretation.
Yeah, it appears solipsistic at first, until it keeps happening. Now, if it happens once, maybe it's a coincidence. Happens twice, maybe it's a synchronicity. Happens 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Then you realize that the matrix is giving you a feedback loop. Okay.
I wonder, is it preferable to conclude that the changed state of your mind charts a course that confirms your biases?
Yeah, that is true, which can lead you to mental gymnastics, which is why you should always have a clear and objective point of view. This is very important. I mean, your brain can create delusions for yourself. I mean, this is how you get pigeonholed, or you create mental roadblocks in your mind, or you get stuck in your ways. It's very important to be aware of this. So you always need to step outside, and always also on the offside be skeptical when you can. I mean, this has to do also. I mean, the Greeks already talked about this. It's like the 3 schools that the Greeks. It was the Stoics, the Epicurious, and the skeptics. I mean, if you combine all 3 aspects of Greek original thought, Stoicism, Epicureanism, which is, doing things for the love of passions and the arts and philosophy, whatever, and holding skepticism, so you can have a clear, objective viewpoint. Everything follows the rule of 3. If you notice, but you're having a correct line of thinking.
So you can be compelled to do a thing, such as walking to the shops for bread, but you will not do it until the wider consensus provides a course through experience that supports your orientation.
Yeah, this is also called habit forming, but the matrix will move mountains if you are already following the law of attraction. The law of attraction is designed by the system to create a more efficient process to get you from point A to point B, right? Which is based on you thinking first in the ethereal, the mental, and it getting projected into the material. I mean, this is as above, so below, right? Law of attraction has many applications, even in the occult esoteric. Like, a lot of people like to complicate it more than it actually has to be, but once you get used to this idea, it's very simple. Like, okay, let's keep going.
So you can be compelled to do a thing, such as walking to the shops for bread, but you will not do it until the wider consensus provides a cause-through experience that supports your orientation, neurosis, as though you will find the ideological path of least resistance.
Yep.
I think this is the preferable interpretation in a relatively stable reality, but dang, I don't know anymore.
That is true. The reality generation machine is designed to be efficient. But be aware, I mean, the system, this reality generation machine, I mean, I call it, it's run by a blind idiot god called the Demiurge. It operates in very systematic, machine-like fashion. If you understand how the machine works, then you can basically game out the system, which is why I call it giving you cheat codes for the game of Dharma. Like, the law of attraction is one of the most important things you can learn. What is it? It would be a law of attraction, consensus gentium, the idea that past is memory, future is probability, all you have is the now. That's an important one. You have the rule of 3, which is, correct thought, correct speech, correct action. There's a bunch of little things. I mean, if you have my base knowledge, then you can pretty much do whatever you want in the game of Dharma. Once you figure out the rules, and once you understand how this feedback loop mechanism of the matrix works. I mean, you have a very good understanding of how it works in the efficiency system. I mean, this is even postulated by the people who wrote books about digital physics, or like there's that question. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer is no, unless there's a person there to observe it, or an animal, whatever. The system is efficient, right? It does not. Like, if you play a video game, do you think something gets rendered in the background if it has no observer, no detection system there? It's like the double slit experiment. Reality can change based on the observer effect, which is real, which is why reality isn't very real in the first place, which is why the law of attraction is so powerful in manipulating reality to change reality, which is where a lot of this whole Mandela effect comes from, because of the confusion of memory, which leads to the confusion of perception of reality. But this is a higher level topic, which I don't really talk about.
I think this is the preferable interpretation in a relatively stable reality, but dang, I don't know anymore.
But here's what you said. You said relatively stable reality. We are in a flux period. The cement is drying. This cycle happens every 20 years, where reality becomes more fluid, and then it arcs in that. Remember the Mandela effect episode I did? It moves in an operation of sine wave, so it's very predictable when things are going to happen, and when things get solidified, and when things take a downhill acceleration turn. So if you understand math or science or sine waves, I mean, this follows very predictable paths. Okay,
I think this is the preferable interpretation in a relatively stable reality, but dang, I don't know anymore.
That it?
End of comment.
Okay, I think we'll have
Dark glasses, Woody.
Dude, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Okay, let's see. Alright, what is this, last comment? Dude, I'm getting so annoyed. Alright, technical difficulties, we'll be right back. Alright, my dudes, we're almost done. Look, I'm just trying to finish this up. I mean, this video is a goddamn nightmare to make.
Thanks for the video, pink and violet smiley face.
Thank you, Violet.
I don't find myself needing any questions to be answered at this point.
Yeah, you're an OG though. You went through all the groups of people.
I don't find myself needing any questions to be answered at this point.
That's good.
You've really laid out the game of life and stated its objectives very simply. You've also given us an ample amount of books and sources to further research for ourselves, which has been great.
Yeah, look, I mean, everything I do I source, okay? Like, when I go through Exegesis by Philip K. Dick, I mean, then my understanding is going to be complete when I apply his techniques to what I already know, which is going to recalibrate everything I learned from the esoteric arts, really. I mean, look, all I really do is, look, I'm just saving you a lot of time, all right? Whether you believe me or not, I'm just dumbing it down as much as possible for you to understand the basic cliff notes, the game overview of the game of Dharma. Because if you at least know what the game is about, what the objectives are, what the rules are, then you can play it in a way which is beneficial to your spiritual journey. But I mean, you have you have like piston breadcrumbs, you have like rabbit holes everywhere, you have distraction fascination machine going around. I mean, you got a bunch of Agent Smiths around, you got shills, you got agents, you got parrots, you got a bunch of heisters and shucksters everywhere. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's your fault because they always tell you. I mean, that's what Truth Drop's all about. I mean, but look, if I tell you what to pay attention to, then you know what to look for as you navigate through this goddamn labyrinth, all right?
You've also given us an ample amount of books and sources to further research for ourselves, which has been great. If you can make a pretty normal gym bro like me just get it, then you're doing something right, lol.
Yeah, but yeah, you gotta be aware. I mean, I've always been a gym bro. Like, I like working out. I just play Fortnite, I play Fortnite and Overwatch in my spare time and watch anime. I mean, to me, it's not that big of a deal. It says that when I started this journey of figuring out the game of Dharma and reading up on the esoteric arts and studying religion, it was just a hobby to me in the beginning. All right, then it morphed into something which went out of hand. So it's really not that hard. That's why it's so frustrating to me, because a lot of people get brainwashed way too early and they don't know how to handle the Agent Smiths or the Pied Pipers. The Pied Pipers are everywhere. It is insane. And they don't even know that they're the Pied Pipers. Like, they don't, like, these Agent Smiths don't know they're working for Mickey Mouse. Like, there's like this idea that everybody's in on it except you. I mean, that's pretty much right. I mean,
if you can make a pretty normal gym bro like me just get it, then you're doing something right,
I gotta work out again. Shit.
I'm really glad I stuck around with the other groups of peeps you've helped, because I've gained so much extra knowledge doing so.
Oh, that's good.
It's like collecting all the extra bonus points after completing the main objective.
Yeah, I already said that from the beginning of my channel after the first group of people left. Remember, I said I've already given people everything they needed to understand this whole game, this game of Dharma, and everything I do after this point is merely the bonus round. We are, like, a lot of what I did after the second group of people, after the second group of people, is really the Mario Party bonus round. I'm just collecting extra stars at the end of the game. To me, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So
it's like collecting all the extra bonus points after completing the main objective.
Yeah, Mario Party. Troop Drop and Mario Party.
I'd still like to stick around for the cool people here and to support you as long as you would let me.
That's good. I mean, I do appreciate everyone who supports me, including my lurkers, which is why I'm trying not to do unlisted videos anymore. A lot of people want to support me and keep this channel going, but realistically, I'm doing my best to hang around as long as possible. Like, doing this is actually kind of detrimental to my spiritual journey after a certain point. Like, really, I should have left in Halloween of last year, but I'm still here. I'll still be here, in case they do another lockdown. I mean, whatever, dude. I mean, if things happen, but we'll see how the future goes. So, but I've already said, if they have another lockdown, I'll be here again. Oh, God, that's really annoying. And I would at least still be here until Matrix 4. So ideally, I would want to break down Matrix 1, 2, 3, and then move on to 4. But really, I have to do Wizard of Oz somewhere in between that for Halloween, because Halloween, that's when the veil is thinnest. I mean, there's a reason why they call it the veil thinnest there. All Souls Day, the Della de Muerta, Day of the Dead. It's because it's in that when Scorpio is, Scorpio and over the Galactic Center, Life, Death, Rebirth, when the veil is thinnest, and then you move over into Sagittarius. Yeah, but that's more of an astrology thing.
I'd still like to stick around for the cool people here and to support you as long as you would let me.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good.
You seem pretty down, which makes me feel DOWN://
I'm down for a variety of reasons, and I'm frustrated. But look, I'll get over it, right? Like, to me, I don't really hold much attachment to my emotional state of mind. Really, as soon as I'm done with the astrology charts, everything's gonna go back to normal. My main source of my sadness really is not being able to rely on my masters anymore. Like SQS, I mean, he's trying to go back to spiritual stuff. I don't know if it's gonna work. I mean, he kind of devolved in his hiatus. Who else did I look up to? Well, my Qui-Gon Jinn, he's gone. I've already talked about him, Warren. But I mean, he was the smartest man I know, and he gave me all the lessons I needed to learn, which is think like a crook and don't stick your neck out, which is what I feel like I'm doing now. Joshy boy, I mean, that's a can of worms. I mean, I've already let that go. It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't really talk about Matt anymore. I mean, Matt's latest video was kind of dumb. Like, I mean, what did he? I really gotta say this because it's gonna bother me if I don't say this. Did he really say that there was a frivolous lawsuit of McDonald's with like $200 million for someone who spilled hot coffee on herself? Does he not realize he's just repeating propaganda by the corporation, which is McDonald's, and he's on his knees sucking Ronald off? Because the real story is that the woman, she spilled the coffee, but McDonald's was negligent because the temperature of the coffee is way too hot, and she got third-degree burns in her crotch. All right? And it wasn't $200 million. It was $2.7 million. The judge reduced it down to $800,000. Got further reduced to $400,000. Then it had to enter mediation. Went to private mediation. So she probably got like $2 million and couldn't talk about the case. So people just smeared her for years, and they threatened her. And then to this day, like 20 years later, I mean, people are still calling it frivolous lawsuits. It came from a narrative talking point so that it wouldn't have to pay damages. Like, I couldn't, Matt really, it boggles my mind. I mean, you should at least research something before you say something. And then now he's talking about this whole, it'll open up a can of worms, $100 million lawsuits and class action. First of all, like, look, I'm getting off topic because I'm actually kind of pissed. First of all, the rule of law does not exist anymore. Second of all, everything he said in that video is not true. All right. The requirements, I mean, private business can turn you away. It's only a requirement that they serve you in case of emergency. If they accept Medicare on a MENCLA, discrimination only abides to race, religious, whatever. Like, I know everyone's upset about this whole magical elixir thing, and if you're the unclean, they don't have to treat you. They only have to treat you in an emergency situation. Like if you have a broken arm, you're gonna die. All right. If you're gonna go there and be like, oh, I have high blood pressure, you're not gonna see me because I'm uncleaned. Oh, I'm gonna sue you. Like, dude, I can play devil's advocate right now. Look, first of all, if it's a private enterprise, they can just refuse to serve you. First of all, they can say that, well, we gave a recommendation for them to go somewhere else because our facilities cannot handle it. We are not discriminating them. We just cannot effectively treat them for liability reasons. Another one, we could say, it is unsafe. We are not prepared to handle the imminent and immediate danger of the pestilence when it comes to this person, and putting a danger to the direct, immediate health of the physician, and it would be a violation of the Hippocratic Oath if something does happen to that person because they are unclean. And what if they died under our care? That's a liability problem. There's 1,000 ways they can argue it in their favor. There's not going to be this whole class action lawsuit where the little guy wins and we're in the right. It's not about right or wrong anymore. This is a play for power. All right. We're entering into a dangerous time period. And I mean, I hope people understand this, which is why I said it's over like a month ago. I mean, whatever, dude. These days, look, I gotta be honest. Like, just because I'm pissed, I can't even watch like my Yoda Master anymore. I can't even finish Matt's videos anymore. Like, I can't watch SQS. Like, we're at a point where I only care about finishing out the game of Dharma as I have to do it for myself. And right now I'm just chilling it out as I'm helping people along with whatever they got to do for their personal life to make their journey easier. But at this point, I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Like, I mean, When I said everybody is like they are losing hand over fist in the casino called Disney Realm, and Mickey Mouse is the dealer, it is true. Like everyone I looked up to, I mean, it's over, man. So, but not for you guys. I mean, look, people take it too seriously. People get too upset. Even I get a little bit upset sometimes. But I mean, I'm going camping. I'm going on vacation. You know, I'll get over it. And the main source of my aggravation is not Agent Smithing or the magical elixir. My main source of my aggravation is goddamn astrology charts. I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay, dude, let's just wrap this up because I went on a random tangent. Like, god damn it.
You seem pretty down, which makes me feel DOWN://.
I blame astrology.
Hope you can keep your spirits up, Pink. I know it ain't easy.
Yep.
Smiling face cherry blossom elephant.
Okay, thank you for everyone's kind condolences, and thank you, Violet, for giving that email response so people can watch it. I didn't play your comments because I know that you don't want to play comments. But look, I appreciate everyone's time and patience. I was all over the place in this video. This video was very difficult to make for me, and like, you know, look, I really am flustered. So all I can say is I wish you guys the best of luck. I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm gonna go camping. I'm gonna go look at the stars, maybe catch some fireflies. I guess I could row in a canoe or something. I mean, it's camping. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Whatever. But seriously, I'm not gonna be back for a while. I probably will be back for the 18th just to do a small book review on the Manuel P. Hall book, The Secret Destiny of America. But that might not even happen. My only priority for my vacation is to finish all the astrology charts. I'm serious about this, all right? Like, I have a bunch of days off. Normally I work full-time, so it's very hard for me to do any YouTube work at all or do research and stuff. But this needs to get done out of the way. It is affecting my mood. All right, so you guys have a great day, and see you later. And like, no, seriously, I'm going to see you guys later in like a week or so. All right, bye guys.